The DL1000 data loader is the preferred method to update databases. However, when a data loader is not installed, databases can be updated using a personal computer. In this video, we will demonstrate the process of updating Primus Elite databases using a PC. To perform this task, you'll need an aircraft with an Ethernet connection port to the MFDs, an Ethernet cable, a portable computer with an operating system of Windows XP or later, the charts and maps database files either downloaded from the INDS website or on a color-coded CD provided by INDS, and the DLS tool provided free of charge by Honeywell. This procedure involves 4 steps: the initial setup of the PC, setting up the IP address, connecting the PC to the DU, and finally loading the databases. For this video, we'll use a PC with a Windows 7 operating system. Once the initial setup is completed, those steps do not need to be repeated for subsequent data loading. First, obtain the DLS tool. The DLS tool can be downloaded from the INDS website, or you can order a CD hard copy from Honeywell. To order a CD, send an email to orders@honeywell.com or call the Honeywell Customer Care Center. For this video, we will download the DLS tool from the INDS website. Log on to www.epicinds.com, click on Download Databases, and Need Help. Under the General Help section, click on the Database Loader tool and select Open in the File Download window. A window will open that contains a folder labeled Primus Elite Database Loader Tool. Look inside the folder and locate the Load Windows command script in the DU8X5 Loader CD folder. Open a second Explorer window and locate the System32 folder. In the first Explorer window, locate the load.cmd file and drag it into the System32 folder. Open the System32 folder, scroll down and open the Drivers folder, and then open the ETC folder. Double-click the host file, and in the Open With window, scroll down and select Notepad. Scroll to the bottom of the host's Notepad window and press Enter. At the bottom of the host's Notepad window, enter the IP address and location for the software load of your aircraft and the CCD type. Refer to your pilot's guide or maintenance manual for the appropriate IP address to use. Insert a space between the IP address and the location. In our example, the MFDs are DU2 and DU5. Enter the IP address and location for DU5 directly below the IP address and location for DU2. Once the two IP addresses are typed, select File and Save. To load a database file using the PC network IP address needs to be configured for the loading process. Click on the Windows Start button, type View Network Connections, and select View Network Connections. Click on Local Area Connection to access the Local Area Connection Properties window. Highlight Internet Protocol version 4, TCP/IP v4, and click on Properties. Make a note of the current IP addresses so that you can restore them when you're finished with the data load. Now change your IP addresses for the data load. For the IP address, enter 192.168.1.1. Set the subnet mask to 255.255.0.0, and then the default gateway to 192.168.128.2. Select OK and close the windows. Connect the PC to the MFD2 using the Ethernet port tied to DU5. Using the CCD for the MFD being updated, push the menu button to display the on-screen enhanced menu buttons. Select Data to access the database configuration page. Select Load. Now we'll verify the network connection. On the PC, click on Start and then click the box titled Search Programs and Files. Enter CMD and a DOS command window will open. Next, ping the DU to verify the network connection. At the command prompt, enter ping DU5. A successful ping is followed by a series of replies from the IP address. This confirms that the PC is connected to the DU. In the DOS window already open, type load and push enter. It will give you instructions on how to use the command. In the DOS window, type load DU5 followed by the location of the source directory where the database is located on the PC. With Windows 7, the load command cannot be executed from a CD or a shared drive with read-only access, such as c:/root directory. So when you load the files from a CD, first copy the database files to a folder on your computer. The location of the source is the folder in which the downloaded database files are saved. In our case, the folder is on the desktop. When the database files are downloaded to a flash drive or hard drive, you can just drag the file into the DOS window instead of typing the source location. When you load the red database from a hard drive or flash drive, drag the folder that contains the inav16m or inav8m subfolder. And when you load the blue database from a hard drive or flash drive, drag the epic folder. The epic folder is labeled with numbers that correspond to the current revision update. Once the source location of the database file is typed or dragged into the DOS window, add a space and type either red or blue depending on which database you're loading, and enter the command. A script will be displayed. Depending on the database, the load can take up to 15 minutes. Once the load is finished, you'll get an FTP prompt. Type quit at the FTP prompt and push enter to close the DOS window. Back on the DU, use the CCD to select stop. When the load is successful, the effective date range of the load is displayed in green next to the database names. The date for the charts takes about 1 minute to update. Databases that do not load correctly will display bad file in amber, and the database should be reloaded. After the load is complete, cycle power on the DU that was loaded. Remember to set your IP addresses back to their original settings. Then turn off the PC and disconnect it from the DU. This completes the process. The Primus Elite databases are now updated. For more details about Primus Elite data loading, refer to the Pilot's Guide or Maintenance Manual. For technical questions, contact the Honeywell Technical Operations Center.